Hello! We begin this sweet video with a classic thumbprint Hershey cookie made with some chocolate dough or complemented with peanut butter. Mine specifically is made from styrofoam. We will get to that though. To match the size of one later on in this video, I'll be using a 12-inch canvas as a template alongside a funnel. I used one that I already had, but you can get these alongside the canvas from the dollar store. The funnel comes in packs of 3 generally in different sizes. I used the medium size or the middle, and then aluminum foil folded down the middle hot dog style and then crumpled to shit. I wrapped it around the funnel to bulk it up without adding too much weight to it. Once I added the volume, I placed tape around it to secure it all down. And then use my rolling pin to kind of shape it a little bit better and make it more smooth. Adding more tape as needed. And then finally using some air dry clay and rolling it out flat. Placing it on top of the funnel and then manipulating it and smoothing it out as well. This is the worst air dry clay I've ever used, but I bought so much of it that I'm just trying to use it all up. My biggest qualm with this is that it cracks like no other. It cracks like it's its only job. So once it was dry and had all of those cracks, I filled it in with puffy paint. Once the puffy paint was dry, it was time for the actual paint job, which was a medium brown. I did do a few layers of this brown. And it was time to take out our old friend, the canvas. Again, using it as a template, place over a piece of styrofoam, but you could use any foam for this. I just happen to have a thick piece of styrofoam that I thought would be perfect, and I traced around it. Then using my foam cutter, I simply cut that out. Place that on a turning wheel and cut it out on an angle. I think it was maybe a 45 or less degree angle. Oh my god. Then with my foam shaver, I did just as the name would suggest. Shaved down the harsh edges. Used the now dry faux chocolate chip or the Hershey's Kiss to make out where I would be placing it, and then cut that out with the same foam wire cutter but with a different head this time around. Specifically cutting out only the middle on the circle that I've drawn, leaving all that extra space in the middle to give it more to hold on to. And then shave that down once again. Made sure it would both fit and look good, and then went over the entire thing with a coat of plaster of Paris. I mixed it with a yellow. Think of it as almost like a tinted primer. However, you will still need to paint over this before adding the sealant that I would normally choose to always add, which is resin. Because, and I learned this the hard way, it will literally just soak all that resin up completely. Anyways, I digress. I also added a little bit more around it and then dabbed that layer to create more of a cookie texture. Then started with the paint job. Like I said, you'll either want to seal this with maybe something like Mod Podge or a few layers of an actual tinted primer. Do as I say, not as I do. My loss is your gain. I started out with the painting process with using a very warm yellow with a ripped up disposable sponge to add some dimension. And then a dark brown to both bring out the imperfections and follow some lines that were naturally made when I was giving it texture, to emulate the lines of the cookies from them baking. I then added a layer of resin to the chocolate chip or the Hershey Kiss, as well as on the entire piece in that little moat that I dug out. So that when I place the kiss on there and it cures, it'll cure inside. It's also at this point where I'm adding more of the texture. Where the cookies would have had sugar, I'm adding sand. Another something I picked up from the dollar store. This is before the resin had cured, so it did help most of it to stick. However, the whole shenanigans with the resin, back and forth, back and forth. This layer should have been added before the resin, however, adding it now is just fine. To seal it all in properly, Mod Podge. This now helps the sand to properly stick. I hope that makes sense. A generous layer too. As for the next one, it's another classic, the jam or jelly heart cookie. You could make this into an actual heart. I know I've seen heart canvases, but the one I grew up with was a circle, so circle canvas it is. You could go freehand with this, but I wanted it to be more pleasing to the eye, so I used a heart cookie cutter and placed it in the center. And with that same plaster of Paris, yet again, with white this time around, so just as it normally is, I'm placing a layer all around the canvas, including around the perimeter, being sure that when I put it around the heart, I press the heart down, not to like break the canvas by any means, but just to put some pressure on that as to not let it seep underneath. After leaving it for just a few minutes to dry just a little bit, I came back in with a palette knife to kind of just carve in some imperfections. And then when it was entirely dry, I came back in and removed the cookie cutter to reveal a perfect, non-anatomically correct heart.
Okay.
To color the plaster, I'm using what's left from a bunch of the yellows that I have, just to use them all up, and then a cream, mixing them all together. I believe this cream is actually called eggnog, so let that be an indicator for the color that it is. Once I had my base layer, I'm adding an orange and a brown together and doing a dry dab 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 onto the piece with a disposable sponge once again. For the middle, or the jelly slash jam, you could use resin with this, but I wanted to have it more of like the jam or jelly texture, so I went in with this silicone. I did mix it to the package instructions. Definitely look at yours because they might be different. Then added some alcohol ink to turn it more red after it was already thoroughly mixed. I also thought to add some beads into it to make the actual jam texture, but mostly they ended up just sinking to the bottom, so instead of adding them in the first, maybe add them on the top when the silicone's about maybe halfway cured or so. You can probably see the vision because all of them sunk to the back. I left it to cure on a bit of an angle and then did a second round without the beads, so you can almost see it as if it was half jelly and half jam. What's the difference between jelly and jam? Anyways, bad joke. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a good Valentine's Day. Bye, guys.